Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry that I have been gone for some time. With COVID hitting my family and us being busy with summer trips, I know I have been lacking, but I promise to become more active so my YouTube channel can continue to grow as I provide more content for you guys. Thank you so much to the people who continues to support me even through my lack of participation as the host of Nya K YouTube channel. I promise I will get better. This next story I'm going to be telling is by a person who wishes to be kept anonymous, but these are true events that had happened to her and her mother, so I hope you guys enjoy. Haunted House in Sacramento, California. In the year 2002, my family moved us from Merced, California to Sacramento, which is about 2 hours away from our old home. My parents both worked opposite schedule to be able to take care of us. My dad worked first shift, and my mom worked swing shift. Like every Hmong family, my father goes fishing after he gets off from work. So as the oldest daughter, my duty was to take care of my younger siblings. In May of 2002, one of my dad's sisters came to visit us from Laos. My two younger sisters came to sleep with me on my full-size bed, leaving the twin size for my aunt to sleep with us in our room. She was very nice and caring, and because both my parents couldn't afford to take time off work to spend time with my aunt, they both went to work and left me and my siblings for my aunt to care for. At this time, school was nearing the end because it was about late May. One Friday evening, while we were sleeping, my younger sister was grinding her teeth as usual. I was also lightly hearing some growling, but was disoriented because of my sister's teeth grinding. When I heard my aunt say, "Scoot over so I can sleep with you guys," or in Hmong, she said, "Nai, zapende, ekute tondakapu." I was too tired just to pay attention to that, so I scooted over a little bit. Luckily, there was space because that night, my little sister went to sleep with my parents, so I was only left with one of my sisters. I was tired, but as I felt my aunt come onto the bed with me and laid beside me, I opened my eye just to peek over to the other side of the bed. And that's when I realized my aunt was still sleeping on that bed. So at this time, I questioned myself, who was sleeping beside me? My body soured, knowing I let something come to sleep beside me on my bed, but it wasn't my aunt. As I started turning to look to see what it was, I was stopped. And at that moment, I got sat on. I couldn't see its face, but I saw the figure with long, dark hair, and I only saw from the neck down. What felt like a lifetime was only 3 minutes. At last, I broke free. I was scared, but it was so late in the night that I was so tired, I just turned towards my sister and went to sleep. A few nights later, my aunt went to visit relatives and had decided to stay the night there. I finally had my bed to myself, and even though it's just for one night, I was quite excited, to be honest. Mind you, we just moved into this house for about a month now. Since I got my bed all to myself again, I was so excited I went to bed that night thinking nothing of it and had already forgotten of that paranormal activity that happened to me just a couple nights ago. Our bedroom door was closed, but I could see that someone had turned on the hallway light. I was thirsty too, so I decided to hurriedly go while someone is still up with me. As I opened my door and walked out, I heard a very faint sound, kind of like someone growling. Like any stupid kid, I listened and tiptoed my way into the living room and saw the curtain swinging like someone just went to hide behind it. I thought it was one of my brothers playing tricks with me, so I went up to it and stood about 2 feet away from it and looked down. There were 2 dirty feet poking out from underneath the curtains. Immediately, I knew it was not one of my brothers. The foot was too big. It was not my dad because he is out fishing still. My heart was beating so fast. I had chills running down my whole body. I slowly walked back, pretending that I didn't see it. I was so scared at the moment that it had already noticed me. Luckily, I got away that night. August came by, and it was time for my aunt to go home. My parents packed her chicken and rice for lunch and gave her some money and sent her off to San Francisco airport. I was left to tend to my siblings. Because my aunt's flight was late at night, that meant me and my siblings had to go to bed that night before my parents returned. This night, my siblings and I had decided that we'd put blankets and pillows in the living room so we could spend time together and watch a movie. I felt the urge to pee at around 12 a.m., so I left to the bathroom to do my business. As I sat on the toilet to pee, I heard a sound in the bathtub. You know, the sound like someone barefoot standing inside your bathtub, making that sticky feet noise. Yeah. I opened the shower curtain quickly and did not see anyone. That night, I went to sleep, and I had a dream that an old lady came to me and said, "Tokonyo ho hong na, kunyon de ko isha." Or in English, she said, "When you were in the bathroom, I was standing right beside you." She gave me the longest grin. Then I finally woke up. I glanced at the clock and it was about 2:54 a.m. The next morning, I decided that it was time to tell my parents. Sure enough, they did not even believe me, not one bit. But I went to tell my grandma, and grandma was a shaman, so she tied a red string on me, and that sort of kinda did the trick. While I was finally unbothered by seeing those things anymore, my mom started seeing things as if it had transferred itself onto my mom. Mom said, one night she had just got home and was heating up food on the stove and had decided to sit down on the dining chair to wait. While she was looking down at her nails and trying to peel it off, she thought she saw someone walk past her, so she looked up. She was surprised to realize that she was alone still, but thinking nothing of it, as if this is her first time seeing these paranormal activities. She just didn't do anything about it, or didn't think anything about it. Anyways, so the second time the paranormal activity happened to my mom was about 3 nights after her first. This night was finally Friday evening, and she had just finished 12-hour shifts and came home and had eaten. But for some reason, the food wasn't sitting right in her stomach, so she decided to sit on the sofa, let the food digest a little, and turn on the TV. As she was flicking through channels, you know how older TV at that time, every time you flick through a channel, the TV kind of like shows a black screen before it flicks to the other channel? Anyways, Mom flipped and noticed something at the corner of the TV screen each time she changes the channel, so she purposely switched again just to get a clearer view. She said she saw the reflection of a woman with the eyes dark, and had a long grin on her face, kind of like Joker, but her lips were more thinner and her smile line went all the way to her ears. She grinned at my mother with the roundest eyes as if she was standing right beside my mother in that living room. Mom quickly glanced behind her, of course, to only find nothing. The next morning, my mom called Grandma quicker than she ever got to tell my dad about the incident. Grandma came over and did a jingle bell that day. When she did, she said that there was a Hmong family who lived there before us long ago, and that she had passed away and couldn't go reincarnate, so her soul was basically stuck there. And that she also enjoyed playing hide and seek with us. Luckily, that was not a purchased home, so we moved out quietly a month later. Till this day though, I still have chills running down my skin as I think about that home. Anyways, thanks for listening to my scary stories told by Nya K. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy my English scary story series. I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks. And if you guys are not subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing to have faster access to my future contents, and to also support me. Thank you so much.